Hi, today you're going to be looking at the effect of acid concentration on rate of reaction. So what you've been learning over the previous few lessons is that as we increase the amount of reactants, so for example, if we have a look at this first image, there's only a few reactants of the green and the red particles. When we increase their concentration, meaning that there's more of them, they're more likely to collide together with enough energy to have a rate of reaction. So we're going to test, does that actually happen, by using magnesium ribbon as one of our reactants and hydrochloric acid as the other reactant. So here is the investigation that you're going to complete and design. So you need to have 3 test tubes with 3 different concentrations of acid. That's 0.5 molar acid, 1 molar acid, and 2 molar acid. So each time we go up in those M's that I just said, it's increasing its concentration. We've got 3 magnesium ribbons that are the exact same in every way, 3 test tubes the same in every way, a thermometer, a stopwatch, and a measuring cylinder over here. So what we're going to be doing is placing the 0.1 molar hydrochloric acid in this test tube, the 1 molar hydrochloric acid in this test tube, the 2 molar in this test tube. We will then place the 3 magnesium strips inside of them and look at how long it takes for them to react. But we want to make sure that this is valid and accurate, so we've got to do a few things in between to ensure that. So when we're measuring, we've got to make sure that we're measuring accurately. So there was 10 mils placed of each of the acids into each of the test tubes. So you can see here, I'm using a measuring cylinder to place 10 mils. Got to check at eye level to make sure that that meniscus is exactly on 10. Next, having a look at that. So you can see that all 3 test tubes now have been filled up with the liquid, and we're checking with 3 thermometers that they are all the same temperature, so 20 degrees, 20 degrees, and 20 degrees. So now we have 3 test tubes with different concentrations of acid, the same type of acid though, hydrochloric acid. We're now going to place the magnesium strips in and see how long it takes for them to finish reacting. So let's have a look. We've got a stopwatch here. We've placed in the 3 magnesium strips, and you can see they're reacting by bubbling. All right, you can clearly see that bubbling happening. So we know it's finished reacting when we don't see the bubbles anymore. So let's have a look at what that looks like. So having a look here, we can see there is no bubbles happening in the 2 molar acid at the moment, few bubbles happening in the 1 molar, and a lot of bubbles happening in the 0.5. You can't see any magnesium left in the 2 molar, which means if there's no bubbles and you can't see the magnesium, we can say that the reaction has finished or completed. So after doing this, there was 3 trials run for 0.5, 1, and 2. So for the 0.5 molar acid, for the first trial that you just saw, it took 140 seconds in total, 143 for the second trial, and 142 for the third. For the 1 molar, it was 60 seconds for the first trial, 62 for the second, and 63 for the third. And then lastly, for the 2 molar acid with the greatest concentration, there was 31 seconds for the first trial, 28, and then 29. So your goal is now to fill in this investigation scaffold, and you should be able to do everything in this scaffold. So write your aim. Follow these prompts. So to determine, to investigate, what are we actually doing? Writing your hypothesis, variables, the materials that you used, and remember, this should be the materials used for 3 trials, not just for the 1 trial. Go back, pause this video where you saw me point out all the materials, a procedure, a results table. So I just gave you this results table, but it's not into a table and it doesn't have an average calculated, so you need to do that. Process your data into a graph, so make sure you collect a piece of graph paper from the front to draw your graph, and then write your discussion. Now, once you have done that and submitted your report, you can check off your answers using the teacher copy, which will be made available to you in the last 20 minutes of the lesson, and it would be good to make sure that you go through that. Okay? If you have any questions, please email me, but keep working hard, Year 10. This is a great opportunity for you to be able to practice some skills for your depth studies that are due in term 3, week 2. Have a good day.